Hello class, I'm here to talk about problem 72. To be very honest, you don't need to do 71 in order to solve 72. I just want to give you a quick idea how could you solve this. Should you be presented, you will be presented with this later on. So you have two baseball players and they're in different teams and they want to find out who has the higher batting, I believe, average when compared to his team. Which baseball player had the higher average when compared to his team? Okay, so then we have Fredo and Carl. There is their individual mean or average. There is their team average or mean, and there is the standard deviation. How would you answer this question? Well, first of all, you would have to have the formula. Let me put it here for you. You don't have to do any of that. You're going to have the mean, the individual mean, and then you're going to subtract they call the population mean. So the whole team is represent the population. Okay. And then you're dividing those by the standard deviation for the population, in this case presented to us right here, insert close. So that would be your formula. So the way you would go if you do Fredo first, you can do equals to, why did I put two parentheses? Because I'm doing this equation and then this equation. That's why I have two parentheses. So what is the average or the mean for Fredo? 0.158. And I'm following this formula over here, okay? I'm subtracting the population mean, in this case the team, 0.166, and then I'm dividing that by the standard deviation, okay? And I close. Do you notice the parenthesis black and then red? Well, this is one equation and this is another equation. Enter. It's a negative 0.67. Those are z-scores. These are not actual percentage. I'm not going to go into it right now because I don't want to confuse you, but you are going to be learning that. So now for Carl, we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to do equals to two equations. So 0.177. I'm following this over here. So we have the individual mean, population standard deviation minus 0.189 divided by 0.015. Be very careful. This means 1.5, not 15%. Without the zero, would be 15%. That's a very often error that I notice students make when it comes to percentage. If I tell you 5%, it would be 0.05 and not 0.5. 0.5 is 50%. Okay, so enter. There we go. Those are again. This is the score. Okay, now you were able to answer this. Which baseball player had the higher average when compared to the team? Well, which one had the higher? If you have a negative 80%, that's actually worse than a negative 67%. You're looking for a better, right? The higher batting average. So in this case, Fredo definitely has the higher one. And if you say, no, that's incorrect, just think about that. You have zero for your mean. This side you had the negative, this side you have the positive. So let's do 67%, 67 negative, not percent, I'm sorry, would come before 0.80. And then, for example, you'd have 1, and then you would have 1.2, for example. If you're going on the positive, then you're going to have 0.67, and then 0.80, and then 1, and then 1.2. Okay, so if you look at this, this comes first. This is better because the more it goes over here, the higher negative. You don't want a higher negative. You want a higher positive. So in this case, Fredo is definitely the best. Okay, so now let's answer the ones that was actually assigned to us, that I assigned to you. Use the table to find the values. There is three standard deviations. It does not tell us above the mean or below the mean. It does not tell me which one, so I'm gonna do for both. That's why I put 4 over here. Okay, so the formula you're gonna be using for that, it's gonna be the mean on the population plus my standard deviation. Oh, I think I put it wrong. Let's see. No, it's correct. And here, it's going to be minus. Okay, minus. However, notice here to find 3 standard deviations. Therefore, we're going to multiply this by 3, and then we're going to multiply this by 3. Okay, I don't know why is it different, but it doesn't matter. Okay, there you go. It's still not doing it. So let's go ahead and start with Fredo. Okay, if I just need the mean of my population, the standard deviation of my team, and the mean of my population and my standard deviation. So let's start with Fredo. So we're gonna have 0.166 plus, I'm just following this formula, 3 times, what is my standard deviation? 0.01, 0.012. I'm doing the above the mean, above 3 standard deviations. Okay, here you go. That's for Fredo. Then let's do now for Carl. I'm following now this two over here. So we have 0.189 plus 3 times 0.015. And that would be for Carl. Okay. Now to subtract, all I can do, I can go ahead and just select this and drag this down and it copy the same thing. So now instead of adding, because I'm doing below the mean, I'm just going to change this to minus. And I'm going to change this to minus, and then we will be done with this problem. There we go. So those are the above means for and the below mean for Fredo, and this is the above and the below mean for Carl. And then we would be done with problem 72. I hope this helps. Thank you.